here today. This reading today is going to be for my beautiful earth signs. Yes, earth signs, I love y'all. So today we are digging deep. That's the title of the story. I was drawing cards earlier. I was using the Lunda L Tarot Universe Tarot deck and then the Delusion Tarot. And it's funny because while I was shuffling, like 3 cards fell off and then they fell. And the positioning of these cards remind me of the Celtic cross. It's a Celtic cross positioning, but in a way. And so I was like, you know what? I want to go with this. This is so weird. It's just sometimes you don't plan, but things just draw out the way that they do. And this reading fits in perfectly well with the digging deep, right? Because we're talking about earth signs. When we talk about earth signs, what do you guys are very methodical, strategic, you guys are planners, right? You guys are hard workers when it comes to creativity, creation. Sorry, not creativity. When it comes to creation, right? Uh, Planting seeds, right, with the earth. You're fertilizing earth, right? Planting seeds, fertilizing, and then just making sure before you even get to that, you have to dig. You have to dig. You have to find the right location for you to be able to do that, right? So anyways, before we start, if you guys resonate with this video, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want personal readings, hit me up at jocelynlovely84@gmail. All this information is in the description box, okay? We just started right now, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna do the reading first, and then once I'm done with the reading, I can do like a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, I'll give you a couple of answers, okay? All right, we're starting off with the Nine of Swords. I don't want you to focus too much on the 9 itself, right? Well, it could be. It's like a ending, right? Again, here you are though. Look at this area. You're looking for soil, the right soil for you to lay land or to dig, right? And so here you are with your sword of truth, looking for something, the right land where you can grow, right? The right location, the right settings, the right circumstances. And it's like here you were on a clear sunny day, having the best intentions, right? Looking at your surroundings and knowing that you wanted to build a beautiful oasis, or you wanted to build something beautiful here in this land. And so you do. This was a while ago, okay? This isn't now. Some of you guys are in the present realizing that you guys set out this mission maybe about 2 years ago. This is a while ago, okay? This is something you wanted to do a while ago and you knew you needed to do it. So you took on this Ace of Cups energy here, right? If you take a look, it's a gorgeous card, right? Because it talks about opportunity. The opportunity to be more open, more free. Hi, Sasha. Nice to hear from you. How are you doing? This is an opportunity for you to just explore yourself at a deeper level, right? To be more open, more free, more loving. And so you take this ace, you don't know what's in it. All you know is that you're intrigued by this cup and you're going to take it. So here you are, embracing that this is a new level of wholeness, of wholeness, right? Because when we talk about love, we talk about you being able to just love bits and parts of yourself that maybe you haven't ever, right? But this is the opportunity for you to get to know yourself at that level and then being able to do it. So the next card that comes under, though, it's funny because the way these cards fell out look like this, okay? I don't really draw my cards out like this, but this is how it looks. I'll show you right now. My cards came out like this, which is weird, right? But it was saying something, right? Because after the Ace of Cups, the opportunity that you decided to take about 2-3 years ago, you have this Four of Pentacles energy, but look at the pentacle in itself. The pentacle, it's showing areas. How a single mom are you to be doing this? So how much of a single mom are you to be doing this? I don't have children. I'm not a single mom. I do live alone and I love what I do. This is something that I love to do. Thanks for asking. All right, so with these pentacles, hi, nice to hear from you. With these beautiful pentacles, I want you to take a look at, it's like a strategic play. You saw the value in doing this work, right? Can I remove my shirt? No, I won't do that. But let me finish the reading. So here I am, planting this into the soil, right? And then every area of your life was being worked on, whether you saw it or not. This was years ago. Some of you guys had wishes and intents of like starting this journey to wholeness or self-love with certain things in your mind, like, okay, if I'm going to embark in this journey, then I want to be able to love myself more. That's an example. Two, I want to be able to have better relationship with myself, right? Three, I want to be more stable, right? These could be just like examples of what you wanted out of your life. Only you know what you wanted, right? But it's almost as if here, these are areas of your life that you wanted to work on, because that's the whole point of the part of the journey, right? The whole point of the journey is to pick the things that you're struggling with the most and really putting a magnifying glass onto them, because what you want to do is you want to change. The whole point of seeing this is you want to transform these things that affect you, right? On an everyday basis, and then be able to just heal from these things, change, have a better outlook on these things, and then gain clarity and wisdom, and then gain the gift, which is of transformation, right? A new life, a chance at a different outcome, a chance of, growing as a person, right? This could have been one of your goals. So here you are, every area of your life was actually being affected and changing, whether you saw it or not. The only thing is that you were so invested in the grinding because you found the right spot, right, to dig. But now it was like you're fully invested in and committed into changing. So you kept working, you kept working, you kept working, and you forgot that you planted these seeds a while ago because you're so caught up in the day of life, working, prioritizing whatever your needs are, making sure your bills are paid, right? And so what happens is you forget about the dreams and desires that you actually had in the background this whole time. So then the next card that comes out is the Four of Cups, right? This is what I'm saying. It's like you planted the seeds and now your little your the ground, it's growing. Remember, you wanted to create life into this, right? Change, and here you are. It's like every little thing that you wanted is sprouting now. In the basement, Epstein kidnapped me, send me your credit card number, 5 minutes. Okay, so you did all of this right here, a lot of fertilizing, and now it's like you're ready. With the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, it's like you're ready to see everything grow. You've done enough digging, right? And the next card that comes out is the Five of Cups. Look at the difference. We had an Ace of Cups over here with a Four of Cups and then a Five of Cups. Do you see the transformation on these cups? Not knowing what you were getting yourself into, investing. Everything's finally sprouting. It's been sprouting, but you just didn't realize it because you were probably thinking that you weren't changing. You were probably hardest on yourself, not realizing that you did all this work already. You just needed to give it time for it to actually click. And so here it is. With the Five of Cups, it's like you found water. That's what you were missing. You were missing something. You didn't know what you were missing. You found water. Five of Cups can talk about, psychic intuition. It talks about healing. Healing from pain that's been just there every single day. And because of this pain, it's caused you to really subconsciously focus on the pain and what it resembles to you instead of just moving forward. The only thing is you weren't aware of how deep that pain went. So when you went digging deep, you found water. You found what you needed to heal. And it's like, look, an invitation to a whole new world. The difference between this cup when you started 2-3 years ago is you didn't know where this was going to lead, but you just want to change. Versus now, look at this. A whole opportunity for growth, a whole life, a whole everything. Look at this gorgeous energy. It's your opportunity. It's like finally seeing that you actually did change. You actually did transform. You just were so in the grind. And now it's like you can finally be set free because you've changed enough, you've healed enough, and that everything you've invested in every area of your life is actually coming into fruition now. But you kept wondering, why isn't anything moving? Why am I not changing? Why do I still keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, right? It's what you kept saying because you wanted to change. You wanted these things to go away. You wanted to transform, but you weren't seeing it. Now you're seeing it and you have the ability to heal from it and you're doing it. You've already gone this far. Why would you run away? No, you're facing your pain. And so here you are. You decided to do it. And because you've decided to get rid of the turmoil or the pain or whatever it is, you can put that water, those tears that you're shedding, and put that into the soil. And that's exactly what you need to be able to grow anything. The next card that comes in is the Wheel of Fortune. You reap what you sow, right? It's funny because with the Wheel of Fortune, we talk about moving on. We're at the Five of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is it's finally getting out of blockages that you've been dealing with for a while. And again, these blockages are inside. They start inside, and some of you guys kept wondering why you couldn't move on. Well, the answer is because you weren't doing the healing. You were getting to it. You were dibbling and dabbling, but you weren't able to experience that full effect of the healing. And now that you're doing it, you can finally move on. But it's funny because what you see in here is actually a seed. I take a look and I see a little seed. It's a seed. It's a choice. By you making the choice to heal and move on from this, you can actually grow and prosper and transform into something even more amazing that you can possibly imagine. But remember, the gifts that the divine give to you, they're actually very subtle. They're subtle gifts. And it's not just gifts that the divine gives to you, you earned them. A lot of these gifts that are coming in, you earned. But you weren't seeing that because you were in the nitty gritty of it, right? So here you are. The next card that comes under the Wheel of Fortune is another cup. This Knight of Cup, right? But look, this one has water. It has healing. It has everything in it. But do you see this little flower on top? Yeah. This is what you're growing. You went from the 5, right? You went from the Ace of the 4, the 5 of Cups, and a little seed was planted. You can move forward, and now look, with a Knight, another cup, that's a 6 of Cups. You can move on. You can finally move on and put it to rest. You can finally, it's almost as if it's saying you have the blessing to every single day work a little bit harder on just your, not letting things get to you, but like just the things that you struggle with on a daily basis, because that's what we're talking about. The things that you struggle with on a daily basis can actually be, transformed. They can be looked at and they can be healed, right? And so for some of you guys, this has to do with acknowledging emotions. Some of you guys, I feel like when it comes to dealing with people, your relationship with people in general, I feel like the disservice comes from, for some of you guys, it could be lashing out. You can be defensive if somebody, comes and gives you like a response or tells you something disrespectful or just tries to criticize. It's almost as if some of you guys have issues there. There's issues, fears of not being liked, fears of rejection that come up that get triggered by the way people respond to you or approach you. And I feel like some of you guys have been letting that get to you your whole life. And now it's like you have the ability, the seed, you've been given the seed to try a different approach. What's a different approach? Not letting people get to you. That doesn't mean avoid them. That doesn't mean ignore them. It means some of you guys have to let yourself feel your emotions. You need to let yourself feel these emotions and validate your emotions, because if you don't, you can end up harming yourself or harming others by your response. It could be a quick, sharp response, okay? That's just one example for some of you guys. For some of you guys, it's the opposite. You guys don't know how to stand up for yourselves. So you let people disrespect you, here and there, and they keep doing it because they know you're not going to stand up for yourself. And then one day you lash out at them. And holy shit, you make a destruction. It's destruction left and right. So for some of you guys, it was all about still validating your emotions. Because if you validate them, then you have a choice. You can grieve, feel how you feel, realize that it's your own stuff, but then you have the choice to actually let the person know that, hey, the way they were coming towards you or the way that they might have disrespected you, it depends on the situation, you need them to acknowledge it. And you need to let them know that it hurt you, right? So these are just the ways of change that I'm talking about when it comes to dealing with people. It also talks about dealing with yourself, right? Because how can you be able to transform, or how can you learn not to react if you don't validate your own emotions? We're talking about earth signs, right? Very stable, really nitty gritty. They like to work hard, but it's like what you were lacking is water. You were lacking emotional balance. And now you get the chance to deal with this emotional balancing, and it's like, whoa, your whole life transforms. But this is why you have the seed. This is your ability. You wanted to move on. You were thinking that you haven't moved on fast enough. You haven't grown fast enough. This is your opportunity. This is what you were missing, the secret sauce. And this is your opportunity for redemption. You can show up this time in new environments if you're not in the old ones, and approach things differently. So your relationship, the way you deal with people, your relationships with people can change completely. They can change drastically. And that's how you move on. Because we're talking about the Five of Cups, grieving to the Six, moving on from the same ways you do things, the same coping mechanisms, the same way you respond to yourself. It's time to move on from that. And you know it too. You've been wanting to do it for a while, and this is your opportunity to do it. So, the next card that comes out is the Lovers. You guys think I make this shit up? No, this shit literally comes out as it is. And it's amazing because it actually tells you a story. We go from the Ace to the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers, this is the Six. This is a number 6 in the major arcana, right? We talk about love. Validating every part of self, even when people hurt you. Even when people hurt you and they don't mean to, and it's just your own triggers, right? You're being alerted to your own triggers, and you finally dealing with these triggers and knowing that that doesn't define you. For some of you guys, these triggers have to do with childhood, right? Maybe you guys were rejected your whole life. Maybe, you were criticized your whole life and felt like you were never good enough. So when somebody comes in and tries to give you advice, but maybe not in the nicest tone, maybe in a tone that is a little disrespectful, it's almost as if it brings you back to your childhood. So what do? Instead of lashing out, this time you have the opportunity to just validate yourself and realize that these people aren't really trying to harm you. Okay? It's your past, but you can get over that. And so this is self-love. This is an exercise or action of self-love by telling yourself that you matter and that the past is the past, and you can get over anybody trying to disrespect you, right? Because at the end of the day, dealing with people is a big issue. A lot of us are not trained or grow up to deal with people in that way. Some of us, like especially in the work environment, a lot of people tend to compete, disrespect, harm, try to bring down, try to fool, or what is that, gossip about people. Just come in with the intentions that they have in mind. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And it's just like they don't prepare you guys, or any of us, they don't prepare us to deal with people in the workplace. And this is an example. This is why I'm bringing this up. Relationships, whether that's workplace, any type of relationship. How do we overcome somebody attacking us? Whether that's psychically, emotionally, mentally, physically, how do we get over that? Well, the power lies within us when we don't retaliate, right? When we take what people say, take that shit with us at home, deal with it emotionally, come back, and then we have the choice to say whether, we need to speak to this person or not about it. That's a healthy way of looking at things. If somebody at work or another person talks to us in a way that is very disrespectful, we don't have to retaliate. We don't have to harm back, right? We can literally walk away. I know that is a harder thing to do, but it's showing growth. It's showing that you're not letting people get to you, and that's actually real power. Vulnerability is real power. Silence is real power. Not needing to show your worth is real power. But the way you handle situations with relationships, co-workers, any type of relationship, that will take you to the next level. You will be unstoppable. When a person can handle themselves in that way emotionally, they are at the top, okay? Nothing can bring them down. And so that's why I feel like you guys are getting to that level where it's like you're learning. You're learning from your past mistakes. You're learning from your resentments. You're learning from maybe your defense mechanisms, or the way that you even retaliated at somebody. This doesn't always have to be in the workplace. It could be relationships. Your significant other went and he did something that you didn't like, and you knew he didn't. You knew that he knew that. So it makes you angry. It makes you ballistic, right? But instead of lashing out at him, what do? You step back. You step back. You write over this. You journal over this. What he did to you. Why it hurt you. Tell your side of the story, and then write how that really affected you. What did that arouse? What did that bring up? Fear, right? That this person is crossing boundaries, and you're afraid he's gonna do it again. To manipulation. Then it comes up with maybe control. Maybe you need to take control of the situation. So what you would want to do is lash out and tell him to stop so that he won't do it again, right? But again, these are just what you would do. This is how this person made you feel, and what you're responsible for here and after. After that, you deal with those emotions. This person hurt you, you can cry about it. You are allowed to. And then you have the choice, once you've done all of that, you have the choice to tell this person, hey, from a more calm state of mind, I really didn't appreciate that you did that. That really hurt me, And then take it on a day by day basis. If the person still keeps doing that after, you got to walk out. You got to walk from that. But this is what I'm saying. This is just a strategy that you can put in place. So instead of retaliating, instead of getting vindictive or getting down to that type of level, you're showing yourself self-respect by acknowledging your emotions. And once you do that, it's like you become whole. You become unstoppable. Nobody could really destroy you. Once people see that what they do, the attempts that they do to harm you, that doesn't get to you, they become powerless. Then all the power shifts to you, and that's a power of self-love and respect for you. That's a win for you. You see where I'm getting at? I gave you guys a lot of examples, but this is what I'm saying. This works in every area of your life. And I feel like the people that I'm reading for actually understand that this is where they're at, and they're growing, and they're just showing so much change and transformation that it baffles people. Because a lot of you guys have changed and grown so much, the people from the past can look at you and realize, man, you did change. You have grown. You really are about your shit. And you need to be praised for that. But even if they don't praise you for that, you need to praise yourself for that. Whereas the Lovers comes in, it's a number 6. You can finally move on because you're validating yourself. You're showing yourself self-respect. And you can finally move on to a 7 with a Chariot, right? Because this is where you're at now. If you love yourself enough to walk away from somebody that's disrespecting you, you won. If you love yourself enough not to retaliate when somebody tries to hurt you, especially in the workplace, right? Somebody tries to sell you down the drain or sabotage you, you won. Because you played fair, and at the end of the day, these people played dirty, but at the end of the day, you won because you didn't retaliate. You knew you were worth more than that. You knew you were better than that. Your hands are clean. You don't even have to go and make amends. You don't have to make bad karma for yourself. You won. You didn't even let these people get to you. I mean, they did get to you. Don't get me wrong. The whole point of it is to validate your emotions here. So if these people got to you, walk away. Walk away, heal, cry, write what you need to write, journal about it, and then just, you'll know. You'll know what the next steps are, but it's the fact that you didn't let these people see your weaknesses. That's where you won. See, that's why people don't understand. Sometimes opposition, people, your enemies, are actually more useful in your life than you think they are. They show you your weaknesses. They show you who you really are. So what do? That's why you get triggered by your enemies the most, because they're the ones, or the people that love you the most but still have like intentions to harm you, because they know what will make you snap. And a lot of people are counting, they're banking on you to snap because they want to destroy you. That makes them happy to know that they got you like that. And some of you guys have been playing that hand of letting people get to you, and then you guys look crazy. I'm telling you, this happens all the time. People get set up to look crazy all the time. People scapegoat people all the time, and you might have been a victim of this. And again, it's learning. It's a learning lesson. You could come out there, look crazy, or you can let these people tell you whatever they need to tell you, and your non-reaction to that, by you just doing you, smiling, walking away, not even taking that shit seriously, is how you won. They know they can't fuck with you. Therefore, your enemies will have to come up with a different strategy. At the end of the day, your enemies are your enemies. They're always going to try to hurt you, but don't give them the reason to. Don't give them your weak. Don't show them that. Yeah, they know what your weaknesses are, but don't show it. They can assume, they can try to hurt you in that way. They could try to poke you there, but don't show it. That's when you lose. A lot of people, that's how you lose in the workplace and end up leaving jobs. A lot of people, that's how you lose in relationships. You lose your cool and you lost. You lost. You lost the battle. But not anymore. You're showing up today and you realize you're not that person. So what do? You validate your own emotions. Don't let these people get to you. And guess what happens next? You're happy. So guess who lost there? Your opposition lost because they were trying to deter you and they couldn't. So they're going to go home feeling rejected because they need you to lose. If they see you lose, they won. That validates them. You didn't validate them. Instead of validating them and retaliating and disrespecting them and showing them who's boss, you validated yourself, and that's why. It is what it is. Alright, what's the next card that fell? Sorry, a card fell. A Two of Swords energy. This is where air comes in, right? It's the truth. Some of you guys were, again, not able to see that this is a tactic or a mechanism that a lot of people were using, but it's like you could see now. It's clear now. You don't want to keep making the same mistakes. You don't want to approach situations the same way, whether that's in your relationships, because those are the hardest ones. Everybody knows that your relationships with people, significant others, marriages, children, your relationship with these people are the ones that get hurt the most. Those are the ones where, you tend to lose your cool. And that happens, and that's okay. That is totally okay. Sometimes your kids say things that hurt, man. Kids say things that just hurt really bad. And then you still have to show them love and tolerance because you're the adult. Isn't that something? So this strategy works. You could yell at your kid and tell them, you're pissing me off or they shouldn't do that, but then you're not validating their feelings. And you're not validating your own. Because really anger just stems from something deeper. Your kids are the first ones to trigger you, and everybody knows that. They'll be the first ones to trigger you. Family members, dysfunctional family members, relationships, just everything. Look at this, guys. I can't even make this up. I'm using the Delusion Tarot. You got the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, so let's uncover this because there's something that I missed on this Wheel of Fortune that needs to be spoken about again. This one seems like a seed to me. A seed. I saw a seed, an opportunity for a seed. And here you are uncovering the darkness. This reminds me of the darkness, right? This is the light version. This is the light version. This is your darkness, your shadow. It's like you're healing self, right? You're healing yourself by doing this work. Some of you guys never thought you'd be able to change this much. A lot of you guys may have had a lot of impatience growing up. Like, you wouldn't put up with anybody's shit. That's how we all are when we're young, with the ego. But then it's like you guys have gotten older and you have changed. You guys need to see that. You aren't the same person. You're doing as best as you can from all the triggers that you get on a daily basis, okay? But here you are being willing to just discover what your triggers are. You're sitting there willing to just accept that, hey, if somebody triggers you, this needs to be worked on ASAP so that you don't keep snapping over the same things over and over again. This also talks about time. I'm getting timing on this. I'm getting timing is at play here. You guys were underestimating that the divine was working on your favor, on your side. Because again, you were doing all the hard work, but you didn't see results. The results are here. They're here now by the actions that you take, right? When we talk about the 6, we talk about acting as if. 6, moving on, right? Coming victorious out of a conflict. But we talk about, what was 6? Acting as if acting as if we've already became the person we wanted to be. Right? So, yeah. 6 is peace and harmony as well. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, right? 3. With this one, it talks about timing. That the whole time you thought that you weren't actually changing, but you were. You just needed the time to blossom. And so you are changing, and it's showing now. It's actually showing now. So you guys, please don't go back. Realize that everything you've been doing actually is working on your favor. And you are changing. Don't think you haven't. You actually have. Yeah. The next card that comes out is the Star. What number is that? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. Okay. So the Star comes out next. Look at this. Gorgeous energy right here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. See that? It's like you were wishing, hoping, wishing upon a star, right? Hoping that you can actually, that you've learned lessons. Some of you guys get older and think you didn't learn shit, but then you're looking back. Some of you guys this week, you're going to see something that's going to prove to you that you have changed. It's like something's going to happen. You're going to have an opportunity, like a trigger from the past is going to come in, and you're going to have an opportunity to show yourself that you don't react the same. That you took a stance to face your triggers, and therefore that's going to show you proof that you actually have changed. You're going to look back at all of the things that at one point 2-3 years ago you wanted to change about yourself, and you're going to realize you did change. This is what I'm saying. It's a week of change. And with the yellow, we talk about hopes and dreams. It's almost as if now that you're at the portal here, you have the choice to ask for a whole new set of things that you also want to change. And also, when we talk about change, right, we have to also be aware of all the things that we possess that are to our favor, that are what define us in a good way. What are the things that we like about ourselves that need to be explored and need to be written down? You guys need to write these things down, because these are the things that keep you going, whether that's in self-discovery. For example, let's say you are good with people. You're a people person, right? Now, I'm not saying you're the most social person. You're a people person. You're able to have an understanding of how people work. That is a great asset to have. You've had it your whole life, and you know you're a people person, but it's almost as if as the years go by, the things that you love about yourself actually make you stronger. They're enhanced at a different level, but you didn't realize that. When you start working at yourself from the lowest level, the things that you don't like about yourself, and you change these things, the things that you do like about yourself get enhanced. So I need you guys to write these down and realize what it is about yourself that you do like. And you'd be surprised. Because these, for some of you guys, it's discovering things about yourself that you're good at and you didn't even know. What about this? What about it? What like, how have you changed in that area? Where can you expand in that area? How much of how helpful could you be in that area to others? Okay, let's see. Oh, that's 33 minutes. Damn, we went on and on. Okay, so anybody that, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else there. Is there anybody that has any questions, that comments, anything like that? I don't mind doing any free, like a free little Q&A here for you guys. I'm down with that. I always leave that till the end though, because I like to get through the reading first so that everybody can just get that energy in, and then, you know, we move on. Okay, no questions. Let's see, anything we need to part with today? Nope, I don't see any questions. Anything else that we need to part with? I'm not getting any answers. So. Can you remove? No, I will not remove your shirt. Wow, who asked that? Can I remove your shirt? That's crazy. All right, so we're not getting anything. Oh shit! We did get 2 cards. We get the 10 of Cups. Oh, I didn't talk about the Knight of Pentacles that came out. Okay. Anyways, we got the Ten of Cups here, right? We went from the freaking Ace all the way to the 10 in the one reading. This is where we're going to head to next. It's a slippery slope. That's how life is. But it's like you've built a good enough foundation, and you know what area of yourself needs to be worked on in order for you to be able to sustain this foundation when the current or turbulence gets this current gets strong. It also talks about balancing, right? Balancing act, really taking your emotions into account and not letting these emotions that seem like a floodgate when it happens, not letting them over destroy all the work that you've done to build what you have now. Right? You don't want this to be a faulty foundation. You want this to be a strong foundation. The next card is the King of Pentacles, right? Wow, it's a strong one because we were at the Four of Pentacles and we had a Knight of Pentacles, which is the Five of Pentacles. Let's go over this Knight. This Knight here, gorgeous energy, right? It's blue. It talks about realizations. It talks about, it's just like self-discovery too, because everything around there it's dark. You can't really see much, but it's self-discovery. It's the coin that you put in for self-investment, and it's like it's paid off. Because look at the difference between this coin and then this one with the King of Pentacles. Learning to control your emotions, not knowing what your emotions are, to validating them, because there's a whole array of emotions that either it could be anxiety, fears, whatever. Needing to be heard. All of these emotions are out, right? And it's like you can tame them. They're very soft, gentle. Yes, it's a strong color, right? It's confident color, gorgeous color, but you can tame these colors. This color is tamed and it's calm and it's fluffy. And look at this coin. You're receiving something and something's growing out of this investment that you made a while back ago. You just didn't realize it. But it's like it's becoming fruition now. So congratulations, guys. I think that's all I have for you. I don't have anybody else commenting. So if you guys have any questions, I don't mind answering them. We can do 1 or 2 questions. I always leave those towards the end. So, nope, I think that's it. All right, guys. That's all I have for you. I love you. Bye.